Hey, what's up everyone? It's time for another V-Skill 2 preview. Today we're going to be talking about Cody. Did you check out the video, Mir?
Yes, indeed, I have.
Excellent. So, in case you guys don't know already, on the Street Fighter Twitter, they're basically showing one video previewing 3 characters, and they show just a little bit of each. This week was, I think, Jerry, Poison, and Cody. And then they show a more detailed video of each individual character throughout that week. So me and Mir, we're kind of waiting till they show that individual video because they just show a little bit more information. That way we don't talk about it and then we have more information like right after. So that's going to be the case. Anyways, on to the preview. Cody's second V skill is called Crime Sway. And it's another dodge. Are you pumped, Mir?
Well, I mean, unless everyone else gets a dodge too.
I'm noticing a pattern here though, right? We're noticing a lot of defensive options, you would say. But is this what we asked for? Is this what we wanted? It to be the V-skill too?
The real question is, the characters that have an offensive V-skill, I mean, it's fine for them to get a defensive one.
Yeah.
But those that have a defensive one already, is it okay for them to have another defensive one?
I don't know. Ask for you. Ask for you, bro.
That's true.
Yeah, so, I mean, but this one we could have guessed. Like, Cody getting a dodge, we could have guessed this one, no problem, because they've been trying to somehow implement this mechanic that Cody used to have in Alpha, where he automatically dodges attacks in neutral, and it's a really cool thing, too, and I'm glad they brought it back. So I'm sure a lot of people were expecting this dodge, so we're going to talk about how it works, and hopefully it'll really bring Cody out, because Cody is actually a pretty damn popular character. He's a really requested character, and we just don't get to see him that often, unfortunately. So Okay, so the way this dodge works is that you have to decide between dodging high mid attacks or dodging low attacks. I'm assuming you'd press down V skill for the low and just V skill for the high and mids. Now, the interesting part is you can decide if you want to follow up each dodge with an attack, a canned attack that's part of this V skill. And I'm suspecting that's how you gain V gauge as well with this.
Yeah.
So if you dodge a high attack and then you do the follow up, you'll do a punch attack called Wrench Fist. I'm probably assuming it's like V skill punch or whatever. And if you hit them with the Wrench Fist, it knocks them up for a juggle. We see in the video preview that he juggles with a ruffian kick, a medium kick, ruffian kick, which is cool. Which probably means you can lead into super, for example. And if you dodge with a low attack, you do the low dodge, and you cancel that into an attack. It will cancel into lumbar sweep, and I'm assuming this is maybe probably down V skill kick or something. And this also knocks the opponent off for a juggle. I'm not quite sure if it's the same height, Mir. I didn't really check it too thoroughly. But he does juggle with the V-trigger pipe, so I'm curious on, if you can still do a ruffian kick, for example, from the low dodge.
Like, if I were to guess, the Wrench Fist, as you were saying, is probably only available from the high parry, and the lumbar sweep is only available from the low parry. And if that's the case, I believe it's just going to be V-skill and a button.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be punch or kick.
Right.
Like, it's just going to be any button. Unless you can choose which one you can do. And then in that case, it would make sense for it to be your own punch or kicks, right? So that you get to choose which one to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That could be interesting because maybe, for example, the Wrench Fist connects and you can cancel it into a special, right? We see, like you said, the medium kick, ruffian kick. So maybe that's the damage option, but it might be unable to punish stuff like lights. And then
But he doesn't cancel the ruffian kick. I think he links into it, like he juggles into it.
Okay,
you can check it real quick to confirm.
Yeah, but I mean, sorry, like I meant more as in, you can follow it up with like a special.
Right.
But maybe the lumbar sweep.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I wonder if it's an actual low. But even then, it might not give you the same kind of juggle potential, and that's why we only see him use the V-trigger pipe instead. Because it's possible that you cannot go into special. Maybe it's faster, right? Maybe that's what you have to use to punish lights. So it really depends on if you have a choice or not.
Yeah.
And which follow-up to do.
I would suspect dodging low would be more difficult, so it should be more rewarding, right? If you're assuming a low. At least I think so, anyways. So one thing we should also add, too, is that both the Wrench Fist and Lumbar Sweep follow-up attacks can be both cancelled into V-trigger attacks. So if you have the knife, we see the wrench fist being cancelled into the knife throw, and the lumbar sweep is cancelled into the pipe swing. So we know they're at the very least cancelable into the V-trigger attacks. I would assume that it would probably be cancelable into super. And if not, like I said, they're still in a juggle state. You can still do a follow-up attack afterwards. Now, this is kind of a little off topic, but another strange thing about this clip that they showed us of this new V-skill is that there are people on Twitter pointing out, I saw from Hi-Fi pointing this out, is that the Zonk knuckle in the combo in the video makes the screen shake. And in case you guys don't know, that's not what happens in the current version of Street Fighter V. The Zonk doesn't make the screen shake when he hits. So there are a lot of theories on this that they buffed Cody's Zonk knuckle. And the most popular theory is that you're going to be able to charge it. I mean, we don't know. We're just guessing, guys. We'll be able to charge it kind of like a Balrog's tap, turnaround punch. And it'll gain more properties, such as more damage, and possibly go through projectiles. But this is all theory, guys. We don't know for sure.
I would add something by saying that like if it is additional levels of the Zonk knuckle,
yeah,
I wonder if that will also change the frame advantage on block like it used to do for a turnaround punch. Turnaround punch used to be like that, but then they nerfed it in season 2, I believe,
yeah,
to be
I don't know.
always the same.
I hope they don't, because I don't want Cody to be one of those characters that just constantly... Like, he already is one of those characters that just throws out random Zonks. Especially the EX version is so abusable. So, like, the problem with Zonk was never the frame data. It was just the utility of not going through projectiles that made it, like, not that good. So that was a problem. And you're getting hit out of random attacks most of the time. So if they gave it, like, throw invincible properties or projectile invincible properties on a certain amount of charge, similar to Balrog, I think that would be a cool change. And they maintain the frame the same. But of course, this is all a theory. We don't really know, unfortunately. But I hope that's the case.
You were saying how, it would help with the zoning matchup, like if you could go through fireballs.
Yeah.
And we do see that at V-Skill 2 goes through fireballs as well. It goes through the Lucia's fireball.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, going back to what we were saying before, I wonder if at this point maybe the lumbar sweep is the long range option to catch people using fireballs from far away, right? If you dodge through them.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that could be another thing.
Right. Maybe. So let's go back to the V-Skill 2 now and talk about why this could be good. The biggest thing is not actually the follow-up attacks themselves, I think, that would make this good. It's the fact that you don't have to do a follow-up attack, I think, is what makes this seem strong. So Cody can just dodge pressing V-Skill or down V-Skill, and then you can just do whatever you want. If it happens to be something that's very slow with a lot of recovery, let's say you're baiting the opponent's V-reversal, you can do a big punish if, like you mentioned, fireballs, right? You can recover, throw your own fireball. And just, like, really telegraphed plus moving moves. Like, let's say Urian does, like, an EX knee drop, for example. Something that's normally plus. And then you just V-skill dodge it, and then you can full punish it. Or Nash his moonsault. Things like that, I think, would be really strong for Cody. Because Cody does a lot of damage, It's just getting that damage is tough for him. What do you think about that?
Yeah, like, maybe stuff that have a lot of recovery in general, right? But might be plus, yeah. That could be definitely a way of getting around it, especially if you can just do the dodge and then do a standard combo instead of having to do the follow-ups, right?
Right.
That'd be ideal. Like, kind of like a parry in a sense.
Right. And
but I was more thinking about the fact that the sway could be crush, counterball, and recovery either ways. Like if you do the attack or if you don't do the attack. Or it could be that if you do the attack, it's just minus. Like a lot of minus and not crash counterball. So I wonder, how they're going to balance that, what they're going to do. And also, another thing that I wanted to add is Cody has a target combo, which is 4 hard kick V-skill. How's that going to change?
What if you can go forward hard kick, V-skill into wrench fist and a combo still? It'd be too slow. It would be too slow.
No, it'd be too strong, first of all, because we see that, like it leads into other specials and stuff. So that make that move really unga bunga. Unless you do 4 hard kick into V skill and you do the dodge to dodge V reversal or something, but then I don't think that'd be really useful. They might just remove that target combo at that point if you pick V skill 2.
Did he would dodge and then he'd go for a throw? That'd be really weird. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's the thing that Capcom has to consider for a lot of these new V skills for these characters is that, they kind of dug themselves into a hole for some of the stuff because of the target combos into the V skill. They'd have to add something, right?
Yeah.
They'd have to add something. So we'll see when the balance patch comes out.
Yeah, we're mentioning it before in the Ryu V skill video that he could gain target combo into the V skill, considering that it is also an attack, right?
Right.
So this could be an example of the opposite, right? Since his original V skill was an attack,
right,
and now it's not necessarily an attack. I mean, you can not do the follow-ups.
Yeah.
He could lose access to that target combo.
As long as Capcom doesn't go overboard and everyone just starts using V skill 2 for every character, they have to definitely look back at the V skill 1s. Speaking of V skill 1, another thing I want to mention is that Cody's V skill 1 is actually very good. It's a crazy anti-air. The startup is slow, but the invincibility is crazy. You can do a lot of fun shenanigans with it. You can bait people's throws, and like I said, it hits on both sides. So sometimes you'll hit people that try to cross you up, which is funny. But the downside of it is that you just don't get a big reward off of it after you hit them, right? So maybe the V skill 2 is obviously much more rewarding for dodging and hitting them afterwards because of the juggle follow-up. So, I mean, and also, even if Cody loses the V skill 1, he still has a great anti-air. His standing hard punch is really good anti-air. So he can live without it. So, yeah, I'm interested to see that choice. And yeah, so we have some questions like, is the dodge going to be throwable? It has to be, right? It just has to be.
Yeah. But also doesn't seem to be specific to the height of the attack either. Like we were saying it before, but now that I remember, in the V skill footage, he does a low dodge on a mid.
Right.
So maybe it's got more uses than we thought before. Like just the fact that you're able to choose what you want to do. It allows you to do it as a anti-air as well, more reliably maybe, because what we were theorizing about the speed of the follow-up.
Right, and how minus is it going to be on block? Is it going to be like something like Balrog's V skill punch, where it's like minus 6-ish? I'm curious on that, if you can space it. Anyways, like I was saying, Cody's V skill punch doesn't seem to be like the wrench fist. It doesn't seem to be like too long range for him to use it with something like reuse V skill 2 or Balrog's like V skill punch, because like Cody already has some pretty long range normals like the standing hard kick, for example. It's not that bad, and then the forward hard kick range as well. So I don't think, even if it's minus 6-ish, I don't think it'll be that abusable in general. Like it will be that useful.
Yeah, and I would like to mention again, as I was referencing just a bit ago, by checking the footage again, it seems like Cody's able to do a low dodge on a mid attack. In the video, you can see Lucia standing heavy punch. So I wonder if you have to do a low dodge specifically for lows, or if you can do a high dodge for lows as well. And if that's the case, maybe just doing a low dodge gives you a longer range option that you can use for.
Oh. Yeah.
Other things
Okay.
too.
Yeah, I thought it was low dodge for low specifically, or sorry, low dodge doesn't dodge mid-high attacks, but I guess that's not the case. Then I think your theory is right though on the range then, and I'm wondering about the juggle state now too. Well, that's good then. That means it'll be really easy for Cody to dodge if he can just choose low every time, for example.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be something.
But the reward,
dumb like
the reward wouldn't be as high, right? For a low dodge.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I think this will be really useful for dodging just really telegraphed abusable moves, like that you see all the time. Like, Akuma's forward hard punch and Ibuki's overhead and knee drop and things like that. But, in those situations, Cody uses V skill 1 anyways. So it's just about getting an even bigger punish than normal, you know? And this definitely helps his V triggers as well a lot. These definitely both his V triggers. I'm sure there'll be even more shenanigans with the pipe and with the knife as well. Because people are playing pretty passively when Cody has the knife out. because he has so much frame advantage. So mixing that up with a dodge as well when they do try to retaliate can be pretty cool. So I'm curious on how that would work. I think that in general, like one of Cody's biggest weaknesses right now, why he's not played much in tournaments, is zoning. Like he has a lot of problems against zoning, especially with the way his zonks are reworked. So I'm really wondering if this V skill alone by itself will be helpful to him to make people play him more. There's still a lot more information we need on this one. This one is not as clear cut as the Ryu V skill too, I think. We need to know more.
Yeah, especially when the information we have is just a video and not really specific text that comes with it.
Oh, whatever. It keeps things exciting, though. So when it finally does come out, we'll get a lot more information. Of course, guys, we'll do a follow-up video on all the second V skills and let you guys know exactly how they work and how they can be used. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of tech. A lot of tech up when Champion Edition finally rolls out. Anything else you want to add, Mir, before I shut this down?
Well, I mean, I guess we can only hope for both V skills to be viable, you know, maybe some other changes to the character that we don't know about, like we were saying, you know, the Zonk or whatever, that will come with the balance patch will just solve most of his issues, and it won't be a thing of, you know, I can only use V skill 2 because that's, you know, my biggest problem, and they haven't solved it on the base character. So, like, we don't want that. We want the characters to have access to both V skills.
Absolutely, yeah. So let us know in the comments below, guys. What do you think about Cody getting a dodge, and how do you think it works exactly? And yeah, we'll cover some more V-Skill preview videos in the future, guys. Please like the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel. And me and Mir will be back soon. So take care, guys.